Did you know that if you fart constantly for 6 years and 9 months, you will produce enough gas to make the equivalent of an atomic bomb? Or that donkeys kill more people annually than plane crashes? Or how about that the lifespan of an NHL hockey puck is 70 minutes? Okay, but how about this one? Did you know that every 162 minutes someone dies in a fire, and someone is injured in a fire every 52 minutes? Today I'm here to talk about fires with all of you. This fire is not a beneficial fire. Not one of those fires that takes away the old and provides new nature, new ecosystems. It doesn't benefit. According to Good Latte of the U.S. Fire Administration in 2007, this fire is a dangerous fire, a fire that is destructive. This is a wildfire. Wildland fires are a growing problem that require collaboration from you and your government to extinguish. Thus, together, we will identify the problems with fires, we will examine the causes and effects of fires, and we will find a solution for these wildfires. Let us begin by first identifying the flaming problem with wildfires. According to the National Fire Protection Association, May 2009, the United States fire column has had an increase in fires, civilian deaths, civilian injuries, firefighter deaths, and the most troubling is the direct property damage in billions. Plus, the rise of U.S. wildfires is turning global warming into a real and direct threat for American adults and children, said Paul R. Epstein, MD, Associate Director for the Center of Health and Global Environment at Harvard Medical School. Plus, global warming, if left to increase, could mean more extreme weather, worse droughts, and even greater increases in wildfires in the United States, especially in the Coachella Valley. So, now that we've identified the problem, let us look at the causes and the effects. It is said that the United States Department of Labor, March 2009, agrees that the most damaging particles are invisible to the eye. This is what that means. Particles from vegetation and other things that are burned can lodge deep in the lungs and in some cases lead to severe shortness of breath, asthma attacks, bronchitis, and pulmonary ailments. Danoff Berg, a conservation biologist at the Center for the Environment, Economy, and Society based out of Columbia University in New York City, June 10, 2006, states that in the worst case, this could cause a die-off of plants and animals. John Stroll of the Quaker Care Press, November 9, 2007, states that Army and emergency officials were quick to point out that one of the main effects with wildfires is how they affect the soil and vegetation long after the flames have passed. Flash flooding and mudslides often occur just after wildfires due to the fact that the rainwater doesn't absorb properly into areas stripped of vegetation, and the wildfires themselves fundamentally alter the structure of the soil. The NFPA says that 4 out of 5 wildfires are started by people. And it is said that between 2004 and 2008, an average of 140,000 wildfires took place in the United States. And wildfires burned up to 14.5 million acres. Now that we've looked at the causes and the effects of wildfires, let's look at a solution for this problem and how we can all make a huge difference in our area. The solution for the burning escalade of fires, according to the Congressional 10-Year Plan, August 21st, 2002, their primary goals are to, number 1, improve prevention and suppression, number 2, reduce hazardous fuels, and number 3, restore fire-adapted ecosystems. Now, that's what the government's doing, but what can we do here in the Coachella Valley? Well, SmokeyBear.com states that we can use caution and common sense before lighting the fire. We can also understand any fire lighted could become a wildfire. Number 3, we can never leave a fire unattended and fire extinguish all smoking materials. And speak up when you see someone starting a potential wildfire. Be aware of your surroundings when operating equipment in hot water also. Now, take my advice. These 6 steps seem harmless, meaningless, pointless, whatever, but if you all implement them, they can make a world of difference. One person implementing them can save one home. All of you implementing them could possibly save the Coachella Valley. If everybody implements these steps, these seemingly harmless, ridiculous steps, everybody just implement them and we could solve wildfires altogether. So now that we've looked at the plan of action, let us hear one more fun fact before we close. According to Karen Yoder, author of Fire Reading Adventure, Benjamin Franklin is credited for forming the first volunteer fire company in America in 1736 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And also, he inaugurated himself as the first fire chief of that fire station. Surprising, isn't it? He made the lightning rods and he made all those new inventions while also making the fire station. But now, heading into our conclusion, today we have identified the problem with wildfires. We have looked at the causes of wildfires and the effects of wildfires. And we've also hopefully decided to implement these 6 solutions. So please take a stand with me so we can protect our land for our children, our children's children, and all generations to come. Because not only will we benefit, but our flora and fauna will benefit, and we will all just be a little bit closer to getting that utopia that we all long for.